My name is Ian Narcissi. I'm a self-promoting musician. I'm writing my own music and hiring guys to come into the studio, random guitarists and bassists, to record my music and then distribute it via the web. And through CD Baby, I was introduced to Bob and came to this seminar today, and it was fantastic. I learned a great deal about the business, how to get my name out further, how to connect to the fans when I'm playing live. Something a lot of musicians don't realize is communicating with their fans on a deeper level where they can actually sell their product. And Bob's demonstrated that in more ways than one. It was fantastic, and I highly recommend it.
All right, my name is Gabriel Reyes. I just attended here the workshop, the 7 Music Promoting Secrets in Chicago, and it's really informative. It's very empowering. If I was to pick one word, would be the word I would say, because it makes you realize you don't have to have some big giant pie in the sky record deal. You know, you can do it yourself on your own. And that's really all I wanted to say, is that do it.
I'm Randy Churkin, and I'm one of the co-authors of the Indie Band Survival Guide, which is coming out in August of 2008, and that will be coming out from St. Martin's Press. It'll be in bookstores across the country, and it is a book basically about rubber hits the road, practical advice about how to do everything that an indie musician needs to do. I just got done with one of Bob Baker's excellent workshops, and I got a ton of good information out of it. A lot of very, very practical advice, and that's one of the things that a lot of times when I see books in this thing, first of all, it's, hey, how do you get into the industry? How do you get discovered? How music industry to take notice? And Bob really puts the focus on how do you get fans to take notice? And how do you get around the whole system and actually get in to stand out as an indie musician, because you might not have the resources that the major labels do, but you still have access to the press and everything else. And there's so many great suggestions in there that I really found it very useful.
Hey, my name's Paul Tanasia, and I just went to the Bob Baker workshop in Chicago, and it was awesome. Lots of great information, and I was excited about being here because I read all of his books all the way through, of all the authors that write, you know, about how an independent artist should take control of their life. As a musician, Bob Baker's information has always been the best, and I actually read every one of his books all the way through. So, and I actually apply them, which is why it's so important, because usually with other authors, I don't end up applying it immediately as much as like I do when I read something that Bob writes.
My name is Chicago Mike Beck. My website's chicagomike.com. I'm an internationally touring musician, and learned a lot today at the workshop on music promotion, and I think it's evident that if you follow the steps of the program that he outlines, any artist is going to see significant gains in their promotion opportunities and the growth of their musical career.
Through the seminars, not only do you learn from Bob and all his experience, but you also meet a bundle of musicians that you've never even known or heard of, and it's a great way to, it's a great networking way for musicians, which Bob, of course, you know, stresses is networking with other musicians and fans. Well, what a great example is right here.
Oh yeah?
I agree with that. But there's never a time to stop learning, and things change, and technology innovates, and the business conditions change, and so to stay up on top of the developments in the music industry, events like this workshop have been incredibly helpful. So thanks, Bob.